Hello everybody, in this video I will be talking about the Dream SMP Egg. The egg is an extraterrestrial creature in the Dream SMP which has been infecting many of the members of the SMP to do its bidding. While the infected members in the SMP have been plotting to take over the server, many of the non-infected members have started to build a resistance against the army of the egg, known as the Eggpire. With so many people involved in the arc, it can get a little bit confusing for us viewers to understand who's on which side. This video has been made in order to clear up this confusion. Basically, I will be going over every member in the SMP involved in this arc and sort them into 3 categories based on which side they are in. So by the end of this video, hopefully you'll have a clear understanding about who's on which side. Also, by the way, I mostly make Dream SMP content, so if you enjoyed this video, then take a look at some of my other stuff. And subscribe to me if you want to see more future content from me. Thanks for listening to me. Now let's dive right into the video. Starting off the list, we have Bad Boy Halo. Bad Boy Halo is the person with the most history with the egg. He was the one who discovered it while expanding his statue room, and ever since its discovery, he has been heavily corrupted by the egg. He is the leader of the Eggpire. Bad is extremely loyal to the egg, and he will do almost anything the egg tells him to do. He is also apparently able to understand what the egg says, and because of this power, he is the main way for the egg to communicate with the other members of the SMP. Next up, we have Dream. Dream has had little interaction with the egg up to this point. Dream first learned about the egg when Bad showed him, and he viewed the egg as a potential threat to the server. Although Dream hasn't had much interaction with the egg after that, it can be guessed from his past encounter with the egg that he is against the egg, and will likely stand against the Eggpire to save the server. On third, we have Antfrost. Antfrost was first shown the egg by Bad after he had discovered it. Ant liked the egg, but he snapped out of the egg's control after Skeppy sacrificed himself to the egg. Unfortunately, Skeppy's sacrifice was in vain, because Ant became corrupted by the egg again when Bad took him to the egg for a second time. Currently, he is heavily influenced by the egg and is the right-hand man for the Eggpire. Next up, we have Captain Puffy. Captain Puffy initially was pro-egg when Bad showed it to her, but when Skeppy sacrificed himself to the egg, she snapped out of his control. However, unlike Antfrost, Puffy developed an extreme disdain towards the egg ever since she was freed from the egg's influence. Next up is Tommy. Tommy initially came looking for the egg when he was sent on a quest by Sam Nook, a robot created by Awesome Dude. Bad and Antfrost took advantage of this and tried to bring Tommy to their side by taking him to the egg without any protection. However, to their surprise, Tommy wasn't affected by the egg at all. He was immune to the egg's powers for some reason and was completely unaffected when facing the egg.
How do you feel, Tommy?
Tommy left quickly after this, believing that Bad and Ant were crazy. He is currently neutral towards the egg. However, the Eggpire deems him as a threat. Next up, we have Tubbo. Tommy returned to the egg for a second time with Tubbo, so that Tubbo could see the egg for himself. The two wanted to test if Tubbo was immune to the egg as well, but when he was faced with the egg without protection, he began to cry because the egg was saying awful things to him. Bad and Ant then appeared and tried to trap Tommy and Tubbo with the egg. However, Sam Nook intervened and got both of them away to safety. Due to his past experiences, Tubbo will most likely fight against the egg, which may mean that Tommy will also fight against the egg, but we'll have to wait and see to find out. Next up, we have Awesome Dude. When Awesome Dude found out about the egg, he was disgusted by it. He viewed it as a potential threat to the server and wanted to get rid of it immediately. When he expressed his hatred towards the egg to the Eggpire, he was thrown into an obsidian cage above the egg. After this happened, Puffy and Tommy came to rescue him. However, after he had been saved, Sam started acting strangely and wanted to stay with the egg. It is currently unknown if Sam has been taken over by the egg completely, or if he's still fighting it in his mind. So that puts him in the middle ground for now. Next up is Skeppy. When Skeppy first came into contact with the egg was enclosed in obsidian to prevent others from harming it. This enclosure actually weakened the egg's influence on others and freed Bad, Ant, and Puffy from the egg's control. Skeppy was curious as to what the egg looked like, so he broke a piece of obsidian to look inside. This caused Bad, Ant, and Puffy to revert back to the egg's side, and after realizing his mistake, Skeppy decided to sacrifice himself to the egg. He covered the egg back with obsidian, but trapped himself in the process, freeing the others from the egg's control again. Bad felt bad, and the next day he freed Skeppy from inside the egg, but he found that Skeppy wasn't himself anymore. Skeppy became red entirely, was speaking in a monotone voice, and wanted to go back to the egg.
Skeppy? Are you okay?
Hello.
After this event, he went to the forest and dug a house for himself, and he hasn't done much stuff after that. So we can say he is currently neutral, although he might be infected by the egg, but who knows. Next up is Technoblade. Technoblade, at the moment, does not trust the egg. When the egg tried taking control over him by talking inside his head, he was unfazed completely thanks to the 5.9 million voices already inside his head that literally work as a hive mind with one purpose in life, which is to spam E. Yeah, basically what I'm saying is that Techno's against the egg. First of all, let's start with Purple. Purple decided with the Eggpire as a sort of business agreement. His job is to find and kill Captain Puffy for the Eggpire in exchange for money, so he's like an assassin of the Eggpire. Another member of the Eggpire is Punz, who really is nothing more than a henchman for them, so there's nothing much to say for him. Filza has never even seen the egg, so his alliance is currently unknown, though he is most likely gonna side with Techno. Ranboo is also unknown, since although he seems like he's against the egg, he was thrown into the obsidian cage once, and he almost got corrupted by the egg, so we can't really say that that won't happen again. Fundy is against the egg, as he thinks the egg is ugly and plans on destroying it with TNT. Anyways, that's all for today. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.